Hi friends! I don't know about you, but when I find a book I love, I read it many, many times. And the book I'm going to read to you today is no exception. I love this book. And I read it to my son when he was little. And I've read it, I think, every year that I have been a teacher. It never gets old, and I think I love it a little bit more each and every time I read it. Now, I'm pretty sure you have heard this story before. If you have, give me a thumbs up. Oh, good, I'm glad you've read it. And if you haven't, don't worry, because you're in luck. It's a wonderful story. It's written by one of my favorite authors. I think I might have every single one of his books. This is called The Tiny Seed, written by Eric Carle. And one of the reasons why I love Eric Carle's books, number one, the words he uses are so good. And his illustrations really are not illustrations. They are of paper. He started with white paper, and then he would mix colors. So for the green, he would take, oh gosh, what two colors would he take to make green? Do you know? What two colors make the color green? Oh, yellow, yes. And what else? Blue, yes. Yellow and blue make green. So he would paint big pieces of white paper, yellow, and then he would get another paintbrush and paint blue over it and mix the colors. And then when the paper dried, he would cut the shapes out and put together his pictures. And then I think he had a really special camera and would take a photograph. And that is how we get a lot of Eric Carle's pictures. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, let's get started with the tiny seed. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up, up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Another seed lands, excuse me, another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. One seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. That wind is pretty powerful. Finally, the wind stops and the seed gently falls down onto the ground. A bird comes by and eats one of the seeds. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft, white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats the seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse doesn't see it. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls. The seed grows so round and full that they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. First, they send roots down into the earth. Then their little stems and little leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and the air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big, fat weed, and it takes all of the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants. And the little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow just yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally, it too starts to grow into a plant. Weeds are kind of persnickety. You might see your mom or your dad pulling weeds in the yard. They tend to take over pretty fast. The warm weather also brings children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and the springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along and, oh no, he breaks one. Now it can't grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast. But its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First, there are footsteps. Then, a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and boop, breaks off the flower. A boy has picked the flower to give to his friend. Say, "Aw." It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Look at this. Look how tall. Look at the house. Look at the tree. Look at the people. That little seed grew into such a huge flower. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter, the nights grow colder, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways in the wind and it bends from the wind. But the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower seed pod pops open. Out come many seeds that quickly sail far, far away in the wind. Look at that. Where all the petals were in the middle of the flower, those are all now seeds. It's a pretty neat life cycle. The end. I wonder where these seeds are going to go. And I wonder if they will grow a small flower or a large flower. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be a large flower or a small flower? See you next time. Bye.